Everyone knows the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, left the building for good on August 16, 1977. Or did he? Tonight, we dig up the hypothetical coffin to explore an alternate reality where Elvis never left the stage. Our tale of terror tonight aims to unravel what would have happened if Elvis had never met his untimely demise. Would he still be the king, or just another jester in the court of musical history? Stick around, it's going to be a bone-chilling journey. What if the king, Elvis Presley, had managed to swing his hips past the 70s, dodging the Grim Reaper's scythe? Would he have been a trendsetter in the decades to come, or merely a relic entombed in the golden crypts of rock and roll's past? Sit tight, for we are about to explore the labyrinthine lanes of a musical landscape forever altered by the king's lingering presence. First, let's set the stage with disco's pulsating beats and kaleidoscopic lights. The 70s were drawing to a close, and polyester-clad dancers were twirling under mirror balls across the globe. But could our king have claimed this throne as well? Picture it, a disco-infused album with Elvis's baritone layered over funky bass lines. Would it be a hit, or would it crumble under the weight of its own ambition? Perhaps a collaboration with Donna Summer or the Bee Gees, My Groove-Thirsty Ghouls, ensuring the king's rhinestone-studded jumpsuit shone just as brightly under the disco lights. Now, catapult yourselves into the snarling heart of the 80s, where punk rock was clashing cymbals with glam metal. But what's this? Elvis, the grandmaster of spectacle, adorning his classic look with a dash of rebellion. Can you fathom a blend of Elvis's vocals with the distorted riffs of punk, or the theatrics of glam? Maybe even a duet with David Bowie or a jam session with Guns N' Roses. It could be a monster mashup for the ages. Let's explore the maddening maze of possibilities. Elvis was more than just a singer. He was a catalyst for cultural change. He blurred racial lines in a segregated America with his rock and roll vibe, taking cues from both black and white musicians of the era. But could he have continued to be a trailblazer in civil rights and social justice, collaborating with artists and activists of color? Picture an older Elvis standing alongside the likes of Stevie Wonder or Michael Jackson, my unity ushering undead. Now shift your gaze to the realm of fashion, my sartorial specters. Elvis, the man who made jumpsuits cool, might have reinvented himself sartorially, as he did musically. Could he have perhaps launched his own clothing line, pulling in elements from his ever-changing style through the decades? Think of it. A fashion brand that mixes the sultry 50s, the psychedelic 60s, and the electric 80s, all held together by that unmistakable Elvis flair. My harmonious haunters and melodic macabres, feast your ears on this kaleidoscopic crossroad of musical genius. Imagine, if you will, a world where Elvis Presley doesn't just leave a legacy, but continues to weave it, intermingling his iconic sound with the genre-defying notes of Michael Jackson, the audacious artistry of Prince, or the pop culture prowess of Madonna. The sonic landscape could have been an entirely different realm, a magical meadow where the roots of rock and roll intertwine with the shoots of pop, funk, and soul. Let's start with the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson. Picture an ethereal evening where Elvis's sultry vocals marry Jackson's electrifying dance beats. Can you hear it? A moonwalking blend of hound dog and Thriller, my disco-loving demons. Both were not just artists, but showmen, each with a flair for the dramatic and a penchant for spectacle. The potential collaborations could have been events, grand shows that transcend mere concerts and become cultural milestones. But wait, there's more, my purple-adoring phantoms. Add the eccentric enigma that is Prince, and we're not just talking music, we're talking an explosion of fashion and flair. Imagine Elvis donning a Prince-inspired outfit, both artists wailing on their guitars in a sultry rendition of Purple Rain meets Can't Help Falling in Love. The air would be thick with not just melodies, but meanings, each artist a representation of different eras, but sharing the stage in a show of timeless talent. Consider the eras he could have touched upon: the Cold War, civil rights, the rise of feminism, LGBTQ+ rights, and even the digital revolution. The list of watershed moments is as long as a list of his hit singles. Imagine, if you will, Elvis serenading not just love-struck teenagers, but the disillusioned and the disenchanted, using his lyrical prowess to comment on Vietnam, apartheid, or the fall of the Berlin Wall. Oh, my geopolitical ghouls, can you sense the magnitude? Elvis was an icon who transcended musical genres. Could he not also transcend social and political boundaries? Perhaps he'd swap his sequined jumpsuits for suits of advocacy, sharing stages with world leaders as easily as he did with fellow musicians. Picture an older, wiser Elvis sitting next to Nelson Mandela, or sharing a humanitarian award with Malala Yousafzai, a mellifluous melding of music and message that strikes chords and stirs consciousness. So, my morbid minions, we've picked apart a world where Elvis Presley could have been an immortal legend in a different sense. But alas, all we have is a tale, a phantasm of what could have been. If you've enjoyed this trip down memory lane, cemetery lane, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, stay dreadful.